Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to run you through how I operate TinkerCAD. Little disclaimer, I'm not a professional at this. I don't claim to be. This is just how I comprehend it. This is going to go along with the series I have on 3D printers. So let's get into it. Backstory is I have got a drill bit and I want to create a hole. Now that's kind of silly. Why don't I just drill a solid item? Well, this is more along the lines of an exercise through TinkerCAD, and I have a previous design here of this bit holder that I want to put specific size holes, and the holes are always going to change. Now, I could put the holes in this and print it out, and I'd be wasting a lot of material and time because that takes about 6 hours to print. So what I'm going to end up doing is creating this 3D design, which is going to take about 10 minutes to print and use very little material. First thing to do is I log into TinkerCAD. This is just a simple student account. And what I'm going to do is create a new item. I'll create a 3D design. And TinkerCAD will go ahead and open up a work plane. Now this work plane should look familiar like your print bed, and we're going to treat it just like that. On the right hand side here, you can see we have different items, measuring tools, notes, shapes. These shapes are solid items for all intents and purposes. I'm going to click a box and I'm going to place it over here in our work area. Now, TinkerCAD will ask you what measurements you want to do. You can change it to inches. I have it in millimeters because usually millimeters are a little bit more rounder numbers and I don't have to do a lot of math with it. So as you can see, our item is 20 millimeter by 20 millimeter by 20 millimeter. So it's a perfect cube. Well, I could go ahead and print this whole thing out, but that's not going to help me with saving material. So I'm going to downsize this. I'm going to actually downsize it by clicking on the corner, and I'm going to change it to 10 millimeter. So it'll be 10 millimeter by 10 millimeter cubed. So I could export this up here at the top right-hand corner and then send it over to Cura in an STL file and simply print it out. But I don't have a hole in it. So what I'll do is go over here, and you can see these shapes up the top right here that are kind of lined out. This is how TinkerCAD designates a hole. I'll click the cylinder, bring it over to our work plane, and technically that's just a hole in free space. Now, I've already done my measurements. I've done a couple test prints, and I know that I want this hole to end up being 2.8 millimeters. So I'll just type in 2.8, 2.8. There. Now I have a 2.8 millimeter hole. If I drug this hole over to our block, it would go right on through our block. But I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is drag this hole up about 5 millimeter. And you can see now it's not setting on the work plane, it's just floating in free space. So I'll take this hole and I'll drag it into the middle of our cube here. So now you see our cube and our hole are both together. If I were to do something like want to drag this whole item over and do another one, I could click it and drag it, but my hole stays stationary. So what I have to do is group these two items together. So I'll simply left click, drag over top of everything, highlight it all, and then I will click this union group here. And what that's going to do is, it'll tell you right here, it's going to make everything all one homogeneous. So I could have done 4 or 5 different holes in this one little cube here and made it all one. So now clicking off of it, you can see that I've drug it around and our hole follows inside. If I want to go and change that hole diameter, I can just simply highlight by left clicking over here and see ungroup and ungroup it. Now I can drag my, oops, it is still together. So the other thing I have to do, sorry about that, I can go here and the bundle group, ungroup. That's what I want. Ungroup. And then I can grab my hole. Sorry about that. Once again, there's that whole not professional with this. TinkerCAD unless you have formal training in it, it's kind of one of those things you have to go in and screw up a bunch to understand. So there I've separated the two. I can drag my cube away. I can resize anything I want to. When all said and done, left click, highlight everything, union group it together. Just that simple. So I'll just do that real quick here to make this centered. There. And now our hole's back. So now I want to take this and put this into Cura. What I've found with at least my Cura system and my printer is that TinkerCad is about 4% off. If I were to print this, it'd be 4% smaller than what I have the measurements. So I end up going into Cura, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video, how to take this and build it up to 104%. But for the time being, let's make this into an STL file. First thing I'll do is I'll make this 2.8 millimeter hole test. All right, and then I'll hit export. Going down here for 3D printer, because Cura likes STLs, I'll click STLs. You see we've already downloaded it, and I'll open it up in Cura. Okay, now that we've got Cura open, you can see that there's my 10 millimeter by 10 millimeter by 20 millimeter cube with my 2.8 millimeter hole in the center of it. So that's basic understanding of how I operate in TinkerCad. I hope that helps you guys out. In the next video, I'll show you how to take this 3D design and edit it in the Cura program to send it over to our Ender 3. So check back for that video. I hope this helps you guys out. As always, thanks for watching.